I am playing Injustice 2 and people are getting comboed. It's great. You're gonna love it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fighting Game Fridays, actually recording on a Friday. You're almost definitely not going to watch this video on a Friday, but it has been a tremendous amount of time since I've recorded. It's been an even longer time since I've recorded a fighting game. And actually a pretty exceptional amount of time since I've played one. Since the last time you saw one posted on my channel, I've had several nightmarish run-ins with King of Fighters 14 and Guilty Gear XR'd, trying to play them online, trying to find someone to play. Between netcode problems and just the general lack of people playing the game right now. Your hardware does not support, thank you. It's really hard to find people to play, and some of them have weird glitches with being recorded and all sorts of stuff. It's Friday night. We're going to play a fighting game. We're going to play Injustice 2. I definitely wanted to play this game. I definitely want to love this game. I think I've mentioned it in a few other reviews, so if you haven't heard it before now, you're hearing it now. I love Injustice. I love the first one. I love superheroes. I love fighting games. This is a perfect match made in heaven. Life tried its darndest to keep it from me. It came out on Tuesday. It's Friday now. I still haven't even played. I haven't fought a single match, but we're going to get there. One of the huge reasons I was not able to record before this a fighting game was because my gold expired. Or not gold, it's not gold for PlayStation, don't call it that. Plus, my PlayStation Plus is expired. I had a little bit of money problems, I'm not too ashamed to admit. Dude got a little broke. I went to Legoland. I've done a lot. It has been, like I said, it's been a long time since I've recorded. A lot's happened. New phone, so the quality of me might be a little higher. I got tired of editing videos up my nose. That sucks. So, yeah, let's run through the basics. Step back. Oh man, like, it amazes me how much NRS is better at this crap, like tutorials and stuff, than some of the others. And I don't even necessarily mean that they're the best, because they're not. They are certainly bad at a lot of things. Oh, my buttons are bad. I gotta fix my buttons. But what they do is they learn, man. Every game, you know, I never get the impression that these guys went back to the lab and they were just like, you know, we got it. Don't bother. We figured out tutorials, we figured out endings, we figured out story mode, we figured out versus mode, we figured out online mode. Some of the other fighting games, one in particular that's taking a lot of heat right now for being woefully incomplete on launch and still almost a year later. Perhaps this game's, you know, direct competition going forward in terms of like true product rivalry, although I think Tekken 7 is going to add a lot of I don't want to say fanfare, but you know, it's going to be Tekken 7 involved in the mix. It's not just going to be Injustice and this other game that shall remain nameless, because I don't like it. Come on, Superman, hit me. Hit me. Hit me. There we go. Okay. I remember how to play this game. I hope. 1, 2, 3, boom. Do I have meter? Have they explained meter to me yet? So I don't think I know meter. I don't think I technically know any of its moves either. I never played Batman in the original game, so I'm apologizing in advance because I think he's the first guy in story mode, and it's probably not gonna look great. But you know, who knows how much tutorial there is? I was just saying, like, previous games have kind of done this, right? They run you through some basics, and then they run you through, you know, whatever. Even this, like, you can skip that, like, yeah, why not? You know, you can skip this little bit of a wait at the end after you do it. It's crazy. Other games don't do this. You would just be stuck watching the full animation or the character's win pose. Run up and then... Oh, that's pretty tight. 3. Boom. I'm pretty well versed in this game, and by that I don't mean necessarily that my skill level is high. I think just that I know a lot about it, because I love it. So I watched every trailer. If you follow my channel, you've probably seen the likes, you've probably seen the subscriptions. I don't know how much of that stalking stuff is enabled. Of course I want combo training on my channel, so maybe you haven't seen it, but I love this game, man. It's I love superheroes. I've been waiting for this. I love Mortal Kombat. I do still love Mortal Kombat, and I do certainly think I would still play Mortal Kombat. I just think, unfortunately, I am not going to have the time to do both. Not right now. That's cool. See, they're teaching me combos and stuff. So many other games. And I mean, I know a lot of people will just like machine gun through these things, right? They won't even we're going to change that button. I don't like that. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Like, look at this. No other game teaches throw escapes to this degree. Even like Tekken, which admittedly, you know, pops up the, you know, like in the training mode, you can set the, oops, Batarang. You can set, you know, to see the frame data, the invincibility, the moment when you can break throws, things like that. But there's still no, like, the game pauses and it's like, listen, this is how long you have. It's just like, press these buttons, figure it out. I hope you got it. You know, a lot of people can't get that. Like, fighting games are hard. This is probably the hardest single genre of games to just, like, break into. Like, if you're not in fighting games, picking up a fighting game, even watching a fighting game. So, bravo to you for sticking with my video this long. Every other genre has really moved forward with stuff like this, right? The kind of stuff that really gets people excited about a game, even if they can't do it. Like, you hit the special move button, the super move button, and like Batman grappling hook Superman with the Batmobile or the Batwing and blasts him out of the sky. You know, people like to see that sort of thing. And most fighting games, that is really hard to get to. Like, you suck so bad, you'll never actually know... Get down here. You'll never actually know how to do some of the cool stuff in the game because it's just so hard to do. So, one of the things that fighting games have been doing in recent history... Okay. Let's down back that. Oh, they changed it. That is so nice. Thank you, NRS. God. I was so not good at that. Oh my god, that is perfect. I can finally do those combos. Yeah, people don't really find these, you know, nuances of the game because you have to get in the game so far to really appreciate it. Now, again, you know, like, people who don't really give a crap about fighting games, certainly, you know, like, they just want to see Batman and Superman punching each other. I was gonna say, what's Batman's reversal? The slide is his reversal? Gross. Ooh, they tightened this up. This plays way more like Mortal Kombat X than it plays like the original Injustice. Like, the original Injustice often felt like you were moving literally in molasses. This one seems way more responsive. I mean, maybe that's just the nature of, like, PlayStation 4 technology versus, like, PlayStation 3 technology, but I really feel like already I'm gonna be more successful, like, be able to get further in this by playing than I had been before. Tech roll. Oh, missed it. I'm gonna try and learn the timing, just not mash it. There we go. It's about when he hits the ground. Oop. So, I of course love fighting games. I've been playing fighting games since I was a child. And back when I was a child, I was actually really good at them. I used to, you know, run things at my local, you know, pizzeria, Touch of Italy in Shaker Heights. It was a killer location. I have no problem mentioning it now because Untouchability finally died. Long after it stopped being an arcade, or at least a place where kids could go play video games, it was still a functional pizzeria and it had delicious pizza. The place died and it was kind of a crap hole. Ugh. Oh, it wants me in. Okay. So admittedly, you know, it was not entirely unjustified that the place closed down, but, you know, it's... Alright. Just once? Okay. It was part of my childhood, man. It was tough saying goodbye. In any event, that place and a Pizza Hut nearby were one of the places where I learned to just become, you know, like a fighting game, just guru, right? People used to come to me for facts and for advice and training and all that kind of stuff. And I wasn't like the best by any stretch of the imagination, but I did have money.
But not much. I could use $1. I could use a couple bucks.
Here's your line in the sand. Here's where I fly over it.
Okay, maximum amount. Whew. Those lines are so sweet. That is like half the charm of this game for me is finally watching the characters.
I never lose. This world is mine.
Wow, Superman has really become a dick. And he shot me in the face with a laser. Alright. Am I supposed to clash? Oh, thank you. Source crystals, aka microtransaction currency. I gotta check. Can I have that? It does not appear that I can. There we go. I am ready for Injustice 2. We're gonna get into this game because I'm very excited about it. I really want to play it like long term. I know it's a fighting game and that's usually like a flash in the pan game. But this game has an incredible amount of depth to it. The gear system, which we're gonna look into. The story mode, obviously, which is what I'm going to do first. It's just full of stuff to do. It's got tournament stuff, so if I ever decide to get good and pay for PlayStation Plus again, I could actually pretend to be a tournament player. I could play online even. I don't ever have the time for that sort of thing, but I would love to, and this would be a fine game to do it. But that's all bluster. Let's just play the game. Single player, play story. Fighting Game Fridays. Let's go. I don't know the first thing about the story mode. I mean, I know the story. I dug deep into the story of the first game. And I followed most of the pre-release stuff for this. I've read the comic issues that are up so far. I digested every single trailer they put out. But, you know, one of the things NetherRealm does better than all of their other competition is story mode, right? And they're a Western developer, so that's almost blasphemous because we are traditionally the worst storytellers in games. The occasional MMO will have a really solid story. Some of the bigger RPGs, your Mass Effects, anything by BioWare, even Fallout to a degree has a good story, but certainly from a fighting game perspective, like, we blow. And so the fact that NetherRealm Studios with the new Mortal Kombat, and I'm sorry, I'm probably ruining this for you. I've already seen this because this full intro, they ran a stream where they showed this, and it's also in the mobile game. So if you don't want to play the fighting game and you're into dumb mobile games, try the mobile game. It's a dumb mobile game, but it does have a lot of content from this full game in it. So if you suck at fighting games, if you never want to get good at fighting games, but you do want to digest a little bit of the story, do want to appreciate a little bit of the Injustice universe, by all means download Injustice Mobile. I didn't understand when I saw this the first time why, after they demonstrated these guys have like grabby coils, they don't grab her in the pipe. They grab that other dude by the head, I think. And he was like 3 feet away. She's like 2 inches away in the pipe, and they're like, nah, can't get her. She's tricky. She's wily, this one. I bet she's going to be a main character someday. So, I'm going to be quiet now, because dialogue is actually going to start happening, and you probably want to pay attention. But I have seen this. I haven't seen anything else, though. That's a lie. The first chapter of story mode, which is probably all I'm going to get to do tonight, I've seen. It doesn't really address this because this is like a really irritating... I don't like a flashback that's so far back it has nothing to do with the plot. Like, all we're doing here is blowing up Krypton, which is sweet. But it's kind of like the intro to, like, Batman's life. Who doesn't know Martha and Thomas Wayne get gunned down, right? Like, who hasn't figured that out yet? as prevalent as Batman is, you don't need to tell that part of the story anymore. You can just have Batman have a moment when he's like, "Oh, my parents," and that's it. That's a 30-second like nod to his backstory. Everyone else will fill in the dots because they know what happened to Batman's parents. So this scene is really well done, and they're doing a good job of establishing the horror.
Kara, come quickly.
And of course, flexing their incredible facial technology. I mean, say what you will about the
Stay
script.
with me, Kara.
The ship, it just... Argo City's gone. Millions of people.
That's only the beginning. Brainiacs destabilized the planet's core. Krypton won't hold together much longer.
But all your
This is still a
research,
fighting game. It's crazy.
Isn't there something you can do?
That's why we're here.
Nobody else tries this hard.
Spaceship. That's what you've been working on?
Your uncle Jor-El discovered a planet that can sustain Kryptonians, far away from Brainiac. He's built a ship just like this for your cousin Cal.
We could only afford to build two.
How?
For this one family, one girl and her cousin, or one boy and her cousin.
Protect him. Teach him our ways.
None of the parents are going.
Me teach him. What about you? No. No, I won't leave you. Please, please don't make me.
Trembling lips, man.
I can't come
Crazy.
with you, but you'll never be alone. You belong to the House of El, Kara.
It's a little bit
A
uncanny
house of
valley.
hope. Never forget that. Never give up hope.
When stuff in like a digital, artificial format start to look so close to the real thing that it gets creepy. We're almost there. Oh noes. Mom, look out. Yep, she's getting murdered. You see, this is important because they're setting up Supergirl, because I think she's the main character of this one. But she's really got, you know, nothing to do with the Injustice storyline. Injustice, which I'm sure they're going to cover, but I'll just attach it because I'm bored, is about an alternate DC Comics universe where the Joker, being the Joker, decides he's done picking on Batman because Batman is too hard to beat. This is literally how it's written. It's actually kind of amusing. And so he picks on Superman. And through a convoluted series of events, he tricks Superman into murdering the entire city of Metropolis.